So vision boards. I used to think this stuff was kind of stupid, honestly, when I was first starting to use it, but it's worked so far. I've made vision boards in the past and all of a sudden I've changed a few things here and there, but they've helped me make my goals clear and also get there. And that's the whole point. So for this entire process of making, for example, a digital vision board, everyone knows how to use the internet by this point, okay? Or use YouTube to find a tutorial. And if you're watching this video, then you know exactly how to use YouTube too. So for my vision board, what I use is Canva. Am I sponsored? The answer is no. Are they the best thing out there? The answer is I don't know. But it's the one I use because it's the simplest one. And if you go on Google right now and type in, for example, digital vision board Canva, you will find yourself a good template to make yourself a solid vision board and get something like this. Okay, so that's it for this video. Is what you came here for, is how to get a vision board. You use Canva, you type it in Google and you find it. So why is there so much more time in this video? Because I want to help you with what you actually need to put, for example, on your actual vision board. Now, the way I break things down, guys, is into 4 categories, and those 4 categories are health, wealth, love, and happiness, and I organize them in love, health, wealth, and happiness. In this video, I'm gonna go through my whole process of how I created my own, and also tell you about my past vision boards and tell you where I went right, where I went wrong, and why it's important that you remain flexible whenever you're creating these goals. Don't think that the goal you create today is the goal you need to accomplish next year, because that's stupid, because sometimes you change your mind and it's okay to change your goals also, all right? Now, as always, guys, like this video and also subscribe and hit the bell so you get notified. Now, right here, I'm gonna show you guys some of my previous vision boards, okay? So in the past, I had, for example, a vision board where I focused on a lot of material things, okay? So one main thing was I want to have 250,000 subscribers, okay? Big thing. I also want to have a $200,000 vehicle. And I also wanted a house that costs around $500,000. Now, along the way, I realized that, Tommy, if you buy a vehicle like this in 10 years or 5 years, you're going to lose half your money. Tommy, if you buy a house like this, it's going to be such a massive expense and you're going to be paying it for years and years and years. Tommy, if you just shoot for numbers, you're going to lose your process of actually creating content and doing content for the sense of helping people, okay? So I changed that. It went to, I want to have 500,000 subscribers now, which is a great goal to have, and I accomplished that thanks to you guys, which is awesome. It's not about the numbers, it's just things I put on the whole wall thing, okay? But then the car, it changed drastically to a car that cost $13,000. I ended up buying a $9,000 used Prius Toyota, or Toyota Prius. And on top of that, for when it came to the house, I wanted a house that was only $300,000, and I ended up buying a house that was only around $180,000. My point is, you can have goals, but use goals to have somewhere to shoot for. But it doesn't mean you need those exact same things. It's important along the way you change your mind, because at the core, what I care about when it comes to money is financial independence. And having a $300,000 home or a $180,000 home is not really going to change that. Instead, I get to pocket $120K and invest that and make me passive income, which helps me with my overall goal. So stay smart, stay flexible, and don't just bend and, you know what I'm saying, don't just stay stiff. Be open-minded to changing your goals, okay? So here's where it comes down to what I put on my actual new vision board and what my priorities are. So when it comes to love, love is not like a silly thing. To me, I'm a Christian, so love is God, God is love. That's why I put love here. And the overall idea is I break it down into subcategories. So first I have God / self-love, then I have romantic love, right? Getting yourself a girlfriend or a boyfriend, whatever it is, wife, husband. Then I have family, then I have friends. And to me, the most important thing is that to have like a how you're gonna do this, a why you wanna accomplish this, and what is it that you actually want to accomplish, right? Those things are very important. So if I want to grow closer to God, that means reading the Bible, that means praying, that means going to church, that means learning. And the reason I want to do this is because to me, that's the most important thing in the world. When it comes to romantic, you know, relationships to me are very important. So I have a friend, I'm getting to know her. And the whole goal is that if we enter the next step, we might get married. Cool stuff, right? But it all comes down to relationships. It comes down to time, comes down to maintenance, comes down to understanding, and it comes down to sacrifice. So to me, all these things are important. So for family, I want to spend time with them. every single week, okay? So to me, that's important, so I put that in there. So that's my whole love section, all right? Very romantic, right? Then you have, for example, health. You can break this down into two subcategories. You have physical health, you have mental health. Physical is a lot more easier because you kind of see it. Mental, you can't really see it, but you feel it inside, right? So very important too. But physically, I want to stay around 170 pounds to 165. That's my goal. To do that, I want to exercise, I want to run, and I want to do all these things. Now, I had a previous vision board a long time ago, and I'm going to show you guys right here. It was one I made with a whole cardboard scenario. I have a video on YouTube about it, so look up TommyBryson vision board. You'll find that one. It's an old one, like 2 years ago. But on that vision board, I wanna eat organic. I wanna weigh this much. I wanna be a runner like David Goggins, and I accomplished those things. Okay, I went down nearly to 155, and I was like, hey, this is not for me, and my body weight doesn't make sense. So I don't want to be 155. I want to be around 165. For running, I ran a marathon and a 10K and a half marathon. Those are awesome things, but it all started with the idea of I really want to do that, okay? So it comes down to physically, I just want to stay active. My why is because my dad passed away very early. I want to be around as long as I can, although I can't control that, right? God has the answer to that, but the point is I want to make a strong effort. And that's what I do, okay? So to me, health is important because I don't want to be rich and poor in health, and I don't want to be poor in health and poor in money, okay? I want it all. I'm greedy, and that's what you should want because everything on this earth, God gave us, for example, control over, in a sense, right? Put in charge of it. So you should shoot to be the best possible version you can be of yourself, both spiritually, health-wise, and also financial. That's the way I see things, okay? Now, as far as mental health, I look at it as, for example, lowering my screen time on my phone, being around, loving people, being around people I actually want to spend time with, and spending time doing the things I actually enjoy. To me, that brings to me the most calm when it comes to my mental health, okay? So that's basically what I do. I keep it real simple. I told you guys I'm the most boring guy on YouTube. I don't have a science of I do this and I do that. It's just simple stuff, okay? Then you come down to wealth. I make money on YouTube, on investments, and this year one goal is to make money from real estate, which is actually going to be pretty cool stuff. So buy some rental property and so on to just like increase my cash flow, which is great stuff because I can't touch the money in the stock market for a very long time. But the whole goal is, I never think about I want to increase my income by X amount. I only think about, for example, I want to help X more people. Okay, so that means, for example, on YouTube, I want to help more people. I want to create more products. I want to create ebooks. I just want to help more people overall. And whenever I think like that, usually the money tends to come anyway. So work tends to produce something. It never goes in vain. So don't ever think that, for example, the work you do will not give you anything. It will produce something in some way, in some fashion. You got to stick to it and be smart to change whenever you see it's not working out. Sounds like a negative statement where you kind of say it will produce something, but sometimes what it produces is not good because good fruit, what is it called? There's a saying in the Bible. Bible verse says, a good tree cannot produce bad fruit. And a bad tree cannot produce, for example, good fruit. So some things you do will not produce what you want. That's fine. Switch over, try to find something else. It's just called evolving, okay? Then you have, for example, number 4. When it comes down to happiness, happiness to me is as simple as, for example, doing the things that make me happy. It's not an emotion, and it's not an emotional state where I feel like happy, so I'm awesome right now. I can't control stuff like that. But if I know what makes me happy, the activities that make me happy, which by the way for me is just relationships, doing the work I enjoy, then I can just do more of this stuff and just be a happier person overall. So some stuff here is I want to travel. So let me go right here, grab my phone and go into my new vision board so I can kind of like break it down for you guys like step by step. But as you guys can see in my new vision board, which is this one, which by the way, it's as boring as I am, all right? It's not that complicated or anything like that. I have God first. So when I got baptized, I changed my life. I have YouTube. YouTube is a very important part of my life because I get to teach, I get to help people. I have exercise and running. I had a picture of David Goggins here before, but now I have a picture of me running a marathon. To me, that's awesome. And I didn't even pay for the picture to have the watermark removed. That's how cheap I am. And then at the bottom, I have family, I have money, I have travel, I have freedom, I have love. Like all these things matter a lot to me. And it's all for 2023. And it's something that keeps evolving. Now this year, I'm not going to buy a new house like to put my butt in a fancier bed. I'm not gonna buy a new car to drive around in a better toaster. I'm not gonna do any of that stuff, okay? What I'm mainly focused on is basically keep building on my financial freedom, financial independence, and then when the time comes, I'll have some of those fancy things. But for now, That's where my priority lies. God first, everything else that follows will be added, okay? That's it, guys. Thanks for watching this video. I hope it helps you. Comment down below vision so I know you made it all the way to the end of the video. And overall, when you focus on a vision board, I just want you guys to understand, okay? Have categories in it. Get specific. Know the what you want, the why you want it, the how you're going to achieve it. And, you know, the way I set certain goals up is, I remember Dave Ramsey said, you want to make your goals like smart, right? So you want something that's achievable, and then you want to just like increase it just a tiny bit more, so you allow God to work there, like his magic, well, not his magic, his will, to make that goal happen. So if I know for sure I can achieve to get, for example, 10 subscribers for 2025 or whatever, I will say like I'm gonna do 15, you know, or 12. You'll see like what can God do there to help me reach that goal, you know. And remember, work is super important. Fall in love with what you do, because work is literally my best friend. It's become my best friend. It's giving me a lot of fruits. It feeds me. God does all that stuff, obviously, but God tells us, right? Like, you have to work in some way. If you don't work, you don't eat, okay? It's a proverb. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, all right? As always, guys, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified. Up here is another banger. And I want to see your vision boards. I don't know how, but maybe DM me some of your vision boards if you actually make them on Canva. I want to see them, or just email me, whatever it is. Like, I really don't care. I just want to see them. And as always, up here, subscribe button. Thanks for watching. Long-term team officially out. Peace.